There's no doubt the sentiment in the market is a massive influencer of what happens and how the market performs. So at the moment there is poor sentiment. So there's lots of noise in the market. So you've got election coming up, both state in New South Wales and federal in May. So, and then out of that you have lots of policies flowing around. You've got Labor talking about negative gearing and capital gains tax. All of that impacts on a purchaser's decision to buy an asset or invest. So that uncertainty of what policies are going to be or how the market's going to perform does affect people's psyche and what they're going to do. Compounded by that, you've got banks and their general retreat over the last sort of 5 years, particularly, I suppose, and particularly at the consumer level, where you've got banks who have, increased the assessment of borrowers in terms of their ability to service a loan. Generally, banks need more capital today in terms of their balance sheets, so the cost of lending is greater, the terms and conditions of loans and the covenants are greater. So there's lots of noise from both the banking market or the credit market, and then you've got other influencing factors, including, what's happening in elections. You've also got a market where, we've had a good run of property increases over a period of time. Now, property markets don't just keep going; they go, in an orderly fashion, hopefully, and they occasionally have a little dip, and then they keep moving up. What you don't want is the market to scream ahead and then fall off a cliff. We don't think that's happening at all, but we think there is an adjustment at the moment, and that adjustment is where you have values reset for the next cycle and you find a new baseline of value, and that's being established at the moment during this time. Sentiment's really important. So yes, rates are low, unemployment's are low, the economy is not too bad, it's going okay. Maybe a little rocky, and that's why there's talk in the market about interest rates potentially being dropped further. So these are all things that come into people's minds, particularly investors. And investors, they're investing for a reason, and they've got to have confidence in the market and in the product they're investing in to make that decision. So I think that's quite pivotal at the moment.